together, the end result is a unique and memorable security feature that enables intuitive authentication and is virtually impossible to reproduce or reverse engineer. Nanotech applies sophisticated algorithms and advanced modeling to state-of-the-art.
Alright, let's see how it goes.
The end result is a security feature that is striking, memorable, and uncompromisingly secure.
You guys can see it, right? I'll pop out the chat.
Nanotech, the perfect blend of art and authentication.
Thank you. The brand protection market utilizes Nanotech's engaging security features with RGB colors, 3D images, and movement. This market is estimated at $3.9 billion, growing to $7.7 billion by 2026, a 9% cumulative annual growth rate. Typical deal metrics range from 500,000 to 300 million units per year at prices ranging from about 1 cent to more than 10 cents per label. Our early engagements in this market have included providing authentication tickets for major sporting
You guys can hear it, right? Like my audio's okay? Just tell me.
Secure merchandising labels for the World
Yeah.
Baseball Softball Confederation
Wait a
and
second.
CONCACAF. Now I'll turn the call back over to George to talk about how the combination of Meta and Nanotech can enable an even broader range of market opportunities. George, over to you.
Thank you, Troy.
Oh my god.
So
George's voice,
great
I can't do
video
it.
And a very exciting prospect. So as I mentioned previously, Meta is a platform technology company. We are already addressing a broad and growing range of applications and markets. So the complementary technologies and combined resources of Meta and Nanotech will allow us to offer an even broader range of solutions into more sectors. For example, Meta has been developing metamaterial structures to improve light trapping and increase the angular absorption for solar cells. The technology allows greater efficiency into solar electric power production during both morning and evening hours, where the low angle causes much of the light to be reflected rather than absorbed. So with the volume requirements for solar, you can imagine these are enormous requests and requirements from customers. To serve this market, we must be able to deliver very large areas at low cost per square meter. Nanotech's expertise in optical physics and nanostructures.
Thank you, Liam. I know my voice is perfect. I need a calculator.
The related IP that they have should enable us to better develop practical solutions for this important clean energy segment. In 5G communications, Meta is already collaborating, as you may be aware, with Sekisui Chemical. We announced this deal earlier this year to develop passive reflectors to improve network coverage in dense urban areas without the expense and power demand created by additional hardware. It's a great solution. Here, again, Nanotech's capabilities in producing thin flexible materials in roll-to-roll format are complementary. We see similar opportunities for market expansion in critical technologies for sustainability, such as batteries, fuel cells, and carbon capture.
How many people you hired? 4? That will be 1 million. 21, 75, 74.
Battery capacity and improved battery performance will be enormous.
Alright, brother, how desperate you are. Let's see it.
We believe that the acquisition of Nanotech will position our company for unrivaled leadership in metamaterials production at scale. None of our competitors address the breadth of markets, and we will have a significant lead in volume production capabilities. This transaction is an active buy versus make decision, which will accelerate and de-risk Meta's production scale-up.
Oh, there's no way I actually got it right.
End of September, we will have pulled forward our roadmap by about 6 to 9 months, just in terms of established roll-to-roll equipment capabilities. We will have a well-established high-volume roll-to-roll production facility with valuable equipment and ample space for expansion. Another important benefit will be the expert assembled workforce. With decades of experience in nano-optics, high volume and precise quality control, I have personally experienced the quality of Nanotech for the last 3 to 5 years when we have had several discussions and have met over several occasions on some of our applications. Nanotech is a technology leader in the banknote security feature space. They have demonstrated large central bank development work under one at least project. And ultimately, the next phase leading to deployment should be a May validation with other potential customers. Finally, our combined resources will position all of us to offer more to the markets, and we are currently serving and expanding into new applications and industries. As our chairman, Ram Kumar, said in our press release, Meta's M&A strategy is focused on building scale, reducing production costs, enhancing our metamaterials manufacturing capabilities, and extending our market reach into new applications and industries. So I believe that this transaction is perfectly aligned with our strategy. I'll now turn the call back to Derek. Thank you.
Thank you, George, and congratulations. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We appreciate your interest in Meta. I'd like to remind listeners that you can reach us by emailing to ir@metamaterial.com. That concludes today's presentation. Thank you all.
Wait, there's no questions? I can't ask. Oh, dude, bro, I can't ask questions, bro. Like, what the, dude? I can't ask questions. What? All right, are you sure CFO's doing their job there, buddy? All right, I'll do a 30-minute stream because I need to do some credit spreads in about like 1.5 hours. Ask questions quick. I'm doing math. I'm sorry, Eddie. Is that the Eddie? You're disappointed? Alright. Is that the Eddie? Is it our Eddie? Without ink, for example, 1 inch by 1 inch area, typically approximately 5 million nanostructures. Yeah, this is. There's a company that have a nanostructural compounding patent just called PASS that they don't have. Relies on what You can just automatically filter these words. It doesn't matter. Structural light trapping schema. There are so basically like okay. So this is general education time, right? So the reason why you want to patent something is because you know that other people will figure out a way of doing the same thing using the same method. So whoever filed the patent first get to keep the rights of doing that for 20 years. And after 20 years, you can renew your patent, right? So if you're actually truly smart, if you figure out a way that nobody will be able to figure it out and it's high tech, then you would do it as a trade secret. Same thing with the Gates Foundation, figure out a way to use really proper way of utilizing nuclear fusion to create a nuclear power plant that's 12 to 23% more efficient than anybody else, and it's only gonna produce about 8% waste of the current waste at all. And China was trying to buy that technology, but during Trump's administration in the earlier years, they sort of vetoed that transaction. But anyways, I'm going on a tangent on here. Let me see the chat. Good morning. Seems like they're still holding Meta down for some reason. Why is the suspense this morning? Where dividend at? That's a joke. I'm disappointed with your math skills. So what really happens right now in the market is, dude, I'm not even worried right now. So what we're really doing in the market is because of this math. So 90 million beaver dollars equals to, I think Canadian, I remember it's 0.81, right? So $72.9 million in US dollars. So that means it's almost $73 million in US dollars. He only have $168 million, right? So if you're doing like, we don't want to do discounted cash flow just in our head, because I obviously cannot do that yet. I need some other information I don't have right now to do that. So in terms of current valuation, by shrinking his current cash flow, he actually shrinks the shareholder value of the entire company. And for those of you who are curious what I did this morning, I actually started selling calls this morning. I even start selling like risky calls, because what I can do is I can do a call spread, and then I can use another spread to protect my earnings or potential earnings if, earnings turns out to be good. But the fact that he actually doing an acquisition before earning, that means your cash flow is decreasing. Sorry. What could the course of the suspend at pre-market? Because the market already know that, so people who are in a Canadian market, you remember the MMAX, this thing? Remember this thing? In the Canadian market, because of the filing requirement, they already know that they're going to do an acquisition. Because if they're trying to do a press conference, and for those of you who are saying there's a quiet period, this literally proves my theory that it's not quiet period that stopped them from doing this. I told you millions and millions of times there's no such thing as quiet period when you have, wait a second, where is the thing? So the chat is here. So there's no such thing as quiet period when you have a compliance department who can basically counteract the negative effect of a quiet period on press releases. So what you can do is you can literally tell your compliance departments like, oh, I'm doing a broadcast to everybody. So you can file an SEC file and saying that we are within our compliance range. So when we are in our compliance range, we don't have a quiet period when we have to release important financial decision or important financial acquisitions. So, and important partnerships at the same time. And the reason why I posted that video is because a lot of you are saying, oh my God, there has to be a quiet period. I need to like make you guys like calm. And that's the only reason I have to tell you that there is a quiet period, which is actually true. It's mixed facts. It's mixed truths there, because before every publication of financial statement within, or like when you're handing your financial statement to the SEC, you have a period of time you cannot disclose certain financial secrets. Because the whole purpose of that thing is to make sure that everybody else that are not like investors, that are not active investors in your community, can have access to the same sort of information. But when they start doing an official press release like this, and then do a legit press conference, that means everybody will know, right? Because basically it's gonna be like on news or whatever, but because George doesn't have any clout, so it's not gonna be on the news. But it's like it doesn't violate the quiet period rules. And the only reason he's reluctant about disclosing partnerships is A, he haven't signed a contract with them, and B, they have two-way NDAs, and C, that further consolidated or further sort of confirmed my suspicion that when he's doing partnership with other companies, especially OEMs or strategic partners, the strategic partner actually owns the principal patent, and he only owns the composition patent or combined patent, whatever you call that. So let's go back to the math. Ask me questions too, because I know sometimes I think too fast, and then if there's anything that doesn't make sense, just repeat the word that I said, or just ask me the question, whatever I said in that sentence, and then ask me like to elaborate. I would do that. So right now, like we minus current burn rate, we're sitting at $74 million. So literally, he just burned through half of the cash flow by acquiring this company. So how much cash flow this company is gonna have? So basically, this company only have $9 million cash and no debt, right? There's no problem with that. So this company have $9 million debt. Wait a second, let's look at this. So this company will have $9 million cash flow when it come in. Okay, dude, this acquisition, so 9 million times, dude, he literally pays 10x the cash. He literally paid 10x the cash flow to acquire this company. But what is their revenue though? A1. This is the cash flow right now. So cash flow plus current cash flow. So his current cash flow is this. So he has $81.3 million in cash flow right now, which means exactly almost half of his previous cash flow in a year. So that means, so if I am an institutional investor, what I would think is, you just spend half of your cash flow acquiring this company. So what is this company's revenue? So let's look at this company's revenue. Am I spelling revenue wrong? Am I retarded? No, I'm not retarded. They didn't disclose their revenue, so we don't know this company's revenue. But you know what? We can find out. What's this company's name again? Like, what exactly do they do? Nanotech security? Like, bro, like, do you really need nanotech security? Like, do you know how Apple's thing work? Anyways. Bro, you just acquired a penny stock company? Let's see. Oh, dude, we saw this before. They used to have a partnership with this company. We saw this before. I'll post another video out. And I'm also making like some Patreon content about all of the company he has association with. And you know, sometimes I'm a little bit skeptical of all of the work that he's been doing, but you're supposed to have where case studies and white paper, financial report. Ooh, sorry. Let's just do their 10K. Okay, let's look at their 10K on the thing. So what the heck do you actually do? I know that. It's a color schema. Was there a question? Curious about the pre-market hold too. Also, if you could elaborate on how this affects the upcoming earning report, that would also be interesting. I'll do that. Earning, according to Robinhood, earning is August 10th, but according to the George's words, it's August 9th. So let's see. Yeah, it's either Monday or Tuesday. I'll let you guys know when I have confirmation. I'll go look at it. So the deal, good news or bad news? What's your overall view of this acquire? This market is hate deep tech, dumb tech only. Okay, so let me read this real quick and I'll tell you what I think about this acquisition. So basically, this company owns three core products. One is a patented technology that is exclusive to government and banknote market, which I'm pretty sure is the only Canadian market, and combine sub-wavelength nanostructure and microstructure to create a modern overt security feature with a unique and customizable visual effect. This thing, pure plasmonic color pixel produce full color 3. This is literally like the butterfly thing, using security strips and strats that are nearly impossible to replicate. So basically, it's like a physical security sort of feature. But the problem is, physical security features market share in the entire security, like banknote sector, is a fixed amount. That means where the money is really at is at the software side. So basically, they're doing hardware acquisition, which I think is doubtable. I failed to see the integration here. I'll do more DD here. I think the core integration is this one, the nano optic integration. But George is really like pressing on the AR and nano optic market. I think he's just being too hopeful because the nano optic market is not gonna boom in the next year and a half and 2 years. So in a short term sort of span, it's pretty much a bad acquisition, and I think you can probably buy this for even cheaper if you wait. But hey, I am not a financial advisor. I do not get financial advice, so this is just me being salty, I guess. And for those of you who are saying we don't get hired, as we said in other videos, we never even dare to be hired anyways, because there's no way he will do it. Because George's hiring process is he look at people's credential, and then none of us actually have a PhD. Well, I'm a Stanford reject, so let's look at the second product. A patented technology that utilizes innovative nano optics 1/10 the size of traditional holographic structure to create next generation overt security feature. So what is worthwhile for this patent is it takes less space. And it takes less space to it can put more nano components on one piece of sheet with less space per square or per unit size. So then this is a good one in terms of like sort of, it's a manufacturing patent that helps you produce, but I'm not really sure. I fail to see how this is going to help them really lower cost. It's going to help them reduce size, but nano features already have very small size. So is it really lowering size that important? I'm not really sure. So the third one is optic thin film security feature that are manufactured using precise engineered nano thin layers of metal and blah blah blah. Unique motor visual and basically this thing just modifies how light were received and reflected. So I guess this is the synergy and integration in George's business. But what exactly is gonna George use these thing in? Like he haven't even decide a primary market here. Like me and number two think space is great, but they fail to really strike a deal with Lockheed. And hey, I probably shouldn't say this on stream, but we have some friends at Lockheed confirm this. He haven't struck a good deal with Lockheed. One is because of how he holds his patent instead of like, for those of you who are curious, you can go look at their patent portfolio and you can find something pretty interesting in terms of the optic coating technology. And anyways, those are like for Patreon contents because some of those are a little bit hard to explain and those are like super long videos. I don't want to bore people on YouTube about it. I literally made a 45 minutes video last night explaining certain nanotechnology, but I feel like nobody on YouTube is willing to watch that anyways. Wait until 6 to 6 months, we would be delisted by then. Oh, bro, you were so optimistic the other day. I hope this doesn't hurt ER. Cause like, why would they not wait until after ER2? But exactly, dude. You know, whenever you acquire a company, your actual shareholder value will decrease because a lot of speculators like me or institutional investors will doubt your decision, which I'm doubting his decision right now. I can strike it to you right now. I'm actually doubting his decision right now. I don't trust him making any financial decision. I only trust him making tech decisions. We actually might, yeah, it's supposed to go green as I predicted last night, but the problem is I don't know how long they've already been in this omelette transaction. If this company have previous partnership with them, you have to file this acquisition note to the CSE, which is a Canadian exchange. There's still like, I need to do more and more the DD on this company itself. For example, let's look at the revenue. Like if they have negative revenue, like this entire thing is effed. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know what to say here. Their net loss ratio is net loss ratio is like 1/7 of their entire revenue. And if you are in a cost of sales, other income has both adjusted to reflect the reclassification of tenants and Steam income from revenue to other income under full. Oh my god, this is so bad, dude. So I'm not really familiar with the, I do have an accounting degree from college, and I do have a scholarship from the big four companies. If you guys know KPMG, PwC, or EY, I mean, they didn't hire me, but they did give me scholarship when I was in college. And my grades and everything was really great. And one of the projects I was involved in was using, the reason I'm so good at what I'm doing is because I actually have expertise, or I've done a lot of consulting work with big companies regarding their financial statement. So when I look at this, what I see is, all right, research and development, that's great, because you like amortize and capitalize this in GAAP. because whenever you acquire a company from a Canadian exchange, I don't think they're gonna get delisted, but I am not sure because this is a public traded company on the Canadian market. So when I don't know how Meta is gonna deal with their finances. Like, is this like a full? If this is a full acquisition, then they have to report the earnings segment of this company, and all of these have to change to GAAP. And when you change this to GAAP, that means I'm pretty sure this company also have development revenue, don't they? I need to look at the revenue breakdown. If they actually have development revenue, all of that development revenue is gonna go to shit because GAAP doesn't recognize that. The GAAP earning and GAAP revenue recognition is very different from IFRS. How are they? Like, how do you already lose so much money? Depreciation and amortization, that doesn't make sense. That's write-off, right? So if we take the write-off off, they still have a $500,000 beaver dollar net loss there. So marketing and selling, you spend $2 million in marketing and selling, and you're making $7 million. Okay, I'll give you that. So let's see, minus that. So R&D cost minus that, minus that, minus that. So their actual income, their overhead. Do you see this? Their overhead is too high. Their actual income is less than $2 million. If we just minus that, right? We do that. So that's 200K. And then we sort of, discounted this and discounted that. Yeah, it's less than 2 million Canadian dollars. So this loss is actually not really net loss, but at the same time, their ability to be profitable is doubtable. To stop trying it doesn't mean anything. We actually might go. What do you mean stop trying it? I'm not trying it. I know what I'm talking about. Dude is trying to underwrite like a hedge fund would. I get it, but it's wrong. Hedge funds don't care about any of this. They short because it's licensed to pretty much. No. Hedge fund. There are two reasons hedge funds are shorting this. One is because half of the hedge funds who shorted this will roll over people from Torch. And when they look at Torch's business model and look at George's business model, they see similar failures. That's why they keep shorting. And then because they have, how do I put it in a nice way? Their revenue projection are lower than market rate because they understand that George is gonna burn more cash than before. Sorry, number 2 just texted me. So let's continue the thread, right? So what they see is, okay, you have a CEO who burns a lot of cash, who doesn't make really correct financial decisions. What I can do to hurt him? I can short his stock before earnings, and if he posts a good earning report, sure, why not? I will just utilize the options to slowly sort of like make profit on top of the slow earning, like the quick earning raise after the earnings. But afterwards, people will just sell out because when they see the burn rate and they see that you won't have any probability of having revenue in the next 6 months, I probably will just lower my position, right? If you're a hedge fund or if you are institutional investors. And for hedge funds, another reason they're shorting this is because they don't see a clear market, like they don't see a clear go-to market. 2 million per month up from 1. What do you mean? Elaborate on that. But anyway, I'll continue my thread. So they don't see any improvement whatsoever from the previous old company to the new company. And then you don't see any revenue potential because every like contract George made with other people, George limit their own margins. I will explain that later, or that would be like Patreon content, whatever. Because I made like a 45-minute video explaining why the business model George used is actually ultimately going to hurt his probability because he doesn't see the big part of the pie. He always captures the small part of the pie, and he doesn't understand what will really make him money. So if I am board of directors on his company, I will literally kick him, keep him for his voting rights, or keep him for half of his voting rights and buy him out for half of his voting shares. And I will bring in another CEO who understands how to actually utilize deep tech to make money because he doesn't understand how to make money. And making money is all I care about. Hey, I didn't say that. Scratch that. If any of the schools who I eventually going to go to for a PhD watching this video, I do care about the world. Okay, I care about the all the environmentalism, the sustainability and everything. But ultimately, if I put my investor hat on, I only care about whether you're going to make me money or not. Are you talking about any other stocks this morning or just Mmat? Oh, I just started a streaming because I wasn't gonna stream today because I need to do some math on credit spreads because I'm looking at Robinhood stocks and I see a very interesting institutional movement, so I'm making spreads for it. And but my liquidities are tight. Otherwise, I can just play options with Robinhood and probably can make bank. But yeah, this morning I look at this and so I have a software that will just tell you if there's a new article press release out on MetaMaterial, and I saw the press release, they just acquired something. I was like, holy shit, what did George do now? So I went online and MetaMaterial was like, yo, Sterling is doing his stream right now. I was like, okay, I'll just do a streaming on this thing too. So I just hop on stream and you guys hop on. How many people are watching anyways? Like 49 of you. But yeah, basically, so I will post a video later today about what exactly this company is about and its true revenue potential. I guess George is just burning too much cash. Scientists doesn't skip steps or cut corners. No, scientists do cut corners. George is just too. I don't know how to describe him anymore. I still love him as a person, but do I love him as a CEO? Probably not. I wouldn't hire him if I have a company. I would hire number 2 for my CFO because number 2 is literally so, how to say this? Number 2 is those kind of guy who doesn't like to spend money at all. And any money I want to spend, he will just challenge me. And I like to spend money for investment. So I love those kind of synergy. So assuming I'm the CEO of the company, I will hire number 2 for CFO, and I will hire probably Elfie for chief marketing or IR, because Elfie is like really like just from our community, right? It's really like, how do you say this? Like she's really patient with people asking questions and she can explain things really easily to other people, and she's like just a social butterfly. And I will probably hire I don't know, it depends on like how you guys are doing with all of your communication skills and everything. The more I know you guys, the more I know what you guys are suitable for, right? I think Eddie would be like the person who's in charge of propaganda, and we just keep him in the dark. We just keep him in a closet and then let him worry about the stock price, and he can just so before we want to do a stock repurchase, we can just like push Eddie out, and Eddie is like, oh my god, everything is gonna be so bad, and then the stock price will just drop and we just do a repurchase. What if he's spending because he has contract line month that you don't know about? Yeah, that could be a possibility. But in terms of sales cycle, I used to went to boarding school in Japan, so I understand the sales cycle of how and one of the board of directors in the boarding school I went to is Sasexi Chemical and some VC funds or whatever. So their sales cycle is a little bit different from traditional like nanochemistry or just like chemistry engineering company. So if he actually landed development contract with them, the sales cycle wouldn't be completed until Q4, the beginning of Q4. I think it's a little too soon to be throwing in the towel on George. I mean, sure. I mean, you can have any opinion on George. I still love him as a person, but in terms of the CEO, from his past record, I think number 2 might push out a video talking about like you guys should chill. And I should chill too, because he's a viewing whore. He doesn't want views to go down or whatever. So I've been doing so much DD on George. I digged up everything after he exited college. So I did so detailed DD in an extent where I understand him as a person. I understand him in terms of growth. And because he's a 40-year-old, there's no way he will take our advice anyway. So right now I'm just a little bit pessimistic towards his decision making. But at the same time, I still like him as a person. I mean, there's no way to hate him. There's just no like hard feelings. It's nothing personal. It's just business. Do we know if Nanotech has any patents they're they're receiving money from. They're selling products, so they're receiving like around here. Look at this. They're receiving around $7 million. So times 0.81, we're seeing $6 million every single year from revenue. So cost of sales is pretty low, and the way how they're fudged their accounting is pretty good. Their actual revenue, so you can discount this loss, because this loss include R&D and include some of their overhead and include amortization. So what they're actually making every single year is around like $1.7 million in Canadian dollars. So they're actually making revenue. This company is good, okay? It's not like George's company is actually losing shitloads of money anyways. Just the accounting method is pretty good. So this company's CFO or this company's accounting controller know what they're doing. Okay, so they're actually making money on 3 of their patents. I don't know which one is the majority market share. I would suspect it's the first one, because they probably have government contract with governments. We can actually find out later on. I need to do some DD on this one. So yes, this company is making profit. Did they cover? You actually don't know if they covered until, go on FinTel and look at their searching app. Probably not. Oh, what is the price movement right now? I don't see it going up though. Yeah, I don't see it going up. It will go down to 3.09 again. I don't see it going up right now. Because all of you bullish people, right? I'm neutral on this stock right now. All of you bullish people were gonna be like, oh my god, they just acquired a great company. This stock should go up. No, this is not how the finance works in the world. I found myself Google Map every square inch of that facility, the surrounding company. The other day, I was like, yeah, dude, let's go. If it's dark pool, you won't see it. If it's dark pool, it's like you won't see it really on. You can only see it on FINRA. 1 minute chart. Are we looking at 1 minute chart right now? I will look at. I don't really want to show my chart because I'm doing coding on my charts. Damn, dude, one of my friends just break up with his girlfriend. I found myself Googling blah blah blah. Okay, Webull does have really good like UI and everything. So what other question do you guys have in terms of this? I think it's a hasty acquisition because George is desperate, and he sort of needs the acquisition to explain himself, because as I said before, if it drops under $3, delisting call is coming. So. Hey Marvin, my boy. Yeah, I guess. Like, he's always doing something, but the extent of how he's doing things and his timings are just pretty bad. Sometimes I wonder, how does he like really survive for the past 10 years? Which he didn't, because he literally runs a okay company that have revenue potential into a penny stock. And all of his friends are penny stock territories. Back to opening price. So good, this stock. My last question. When Lambo? When your Lambo? When George's Lambo? When will Number Deuce do a video? He's shy. And also when he's not happy, he's even more salty than I am. So I'm like aggressive, right? You know me, I'm like super aggressive. I will push my agenda on you. And usually I'm right? And then you will just come back and be like, oh my god, you're right. I'm so sorry when you're doing this. But I'm like, this is the reason why sometimes people don't like me. So like, I will be like super aggressive. Number 2 is like, just like, those people who are like super sarcastic and he will smile at you and tell you you're wrong. Number 2 is like that. Do you having one hell of a rainbow bear lately? I'm neutral, dude. I'm neutral. I'm just, whatever I see, I say. Whatever I see is bullish, I will say. But I don't see any like super bullish news, so I'm just neutral here. As I said in my last video, right now I don't see any obligation towards George anymore. I'll keep making those quote-unquote hype videos. I made that because I thought it was funny. I do a lot of things not because, I do it to get a job or anything. I just think it's funny. This is just me, okay? And I'm not bear. Just because you guys think that I say like bad things about George, the bearish news. No, it's not. It's just neutral. I'm just neutral. At this point, in my last video, I talked about like, I don't care. I don't think I hold any moral obligation to George anymore. I give him Me and number 2 gave him 2 months to reach out. He didn't do it. He just followed us on Twitter. Sure, why not? If you follow us on Twitter, I'll follow you back, right? But still, like, he didn't reach out. We have a financial plan for him. We have 2 VCs. We don't want to disclose the name here. We have 2 VCs helping us develop the plan because we think it would be a great side project. We sort of narrowed down his market. We narrowed down his go-to market. We look at his patents. Have some friends look at his patents and looking at who would be interested in investing as institutional investors or as strategics, right? Like the big funds or whatever. If he narrowed down his focus and narrowing down his go-to market. We have all this thing planned out, but I guess he didn't reach out. We're just not going to disclose that because I guess this is not only our work, but also other people's work when we, do the work with them. Because if they hire us, which probably never going to happen, it's like 1% chance when they're like super, super desperate. But, until then, we don't know. When they hire us, we want to bring in 2 advisors to their company that actually do work. I hope he's not an imaginary friend. Number 2, no, he's in the other video. You guys just see like some intros he made, the one that, hey guys, we're not financial advisors. One of those videos I cut it in there because he's been super busy doing thumbnails and everything. Thanks for keeping it real. You're welcome, Daniel. I love you too, dude. I think at this point I'm just weaving out all these bad subs and we just want loyal subs anyway. So I don't care if you unsub and you think I'm bearish or whatever. Because at this point it doesn't matter. Because when we have good subs, our growth will actually accelerate because we figured out how the YouTube algorithm does that. How do you think the CFO feels right now? Very sad. This is the reason he didn't put the CFO on. Because you do realize that they acquired something for almost, what was the math here? $73 million US dollars. That means transaction fee is gonna be around $1 million, right? Like in the Canadian market, and they have to do so much shit. They have to pay more for the accounting firms to do auditing too. So no. So if you get hired by Meta, then you won't be neutral anymore. I don't understand. So if we get hired by Meta, which is impossible by the way, I will still be neutral until I finish my job at Meta, until I actually make the money. Even if I got hired, I'm not going to be bullish in like a year. Let's just put it that way. At least AMC has bought. Glad I bought the dip yesterday. What is AMC right now? I got it at 29 something this morning. Yeah, exactly. I told you guys in the last video, I said AMC is going to have a pull up today. Nobody believed me. And you guys are bashing on me. And there's one ape is leaving hateful comment. I literally deleted him. I didn't delete him. I think number 2 deleted him. I told you guys in my last video, I see a pull up yesterday. $31. 3 days ago, I posted that video. 2 days ago, I posted that video. So I said, if you didn't get in, you can get in at 31. Or like, well, technically when you see 31, there's a probability of 29.57-ish. But anyways, I got in this morning, got some quick profit, only like probably like 10 shares. Probably sell it like tomorrow and yeah, that's what it is. I wish we could have got in on the swing trade on Hood yesterday, but honestly, I despite them so much, so I probably wouldn't bring myself to actually buy in. Hood, Cassie will come out later, maybe tomorrow or well. Let's look at if what is Cassie's position? Dude, I love Cassie. No, Cassie would. I think he's holding it for long. Yep, he's holding it for long. She's holding it for long. And what she's doing is, okay guys, since we're streaming, let me guys show you something interesting on Hood's SEC filing. They changed their investment prospect. You know what? I'll make a video about it. They changed their investment process. That means they're likely to pivot on their business model, which I think is what they should do. And I think they have an excellent advisory. And if you look at all of these conversion, the institutional base, right? This is a capital. This guy indirectly holds it. Where is the indirect holds it? So these guys are this guy, NEA 15GP LLC. and you also have a lot of private equity people coming in. They're buying shares. Remember, the founders dumped 50 million worth of shares before IPO. They dump it at around this price. They bought it in, and their price target is actually 4x that. So if you do the 4x that, Hood might actually get you $100. But we have to see what happens by the end of this week, though. Anyways, this is gonna be another video, but nobody's gonna watch anyways, because every video that you guys don't watch, people can make profit on it. And last night's video, nobody actually take advice from that one. I talk about Victoria's Secret, AMC, and Hood. Yeah, Michaela. Oh, Michaela. How do you pronounce your name? I still can do it. I wish we could have got on a swing already to answer that. Now that we have Nanotech, when managers going and moving, it will accelerate faster. No, it wouldn't. You will see a stagnant motion. Look at how much it actually dropped today. We can see. So today will briefly lit. It will briefly lit to 3.11, 3.10, 3.09, because the general market is gonna react very negatively towards this acquisition. Let me just tell you that. Thank God what did I say? Thank God I sold my calls this morning. And then you will see a rebound, and you will see around here, and then people were just debating, because this is the previous support line, the 3.24. I know I'm really good at technical analysis, but I'm too lazy to make those videos. Plus, you guys just love what the other guys. People in Discord are just saying other guys make better videos than I do. So I was like, whatever. We watch this video, and me and number 2 just laugh. We will have nano movement. We might or might not. Now we can, when manager go hardware accelerator, then you can hire me. For Meta? Wait, dude number 0, are you the why would you say dude 0 though? It's such a weird OG name. Wait, are you the process engineer that was asking for a job in Discord? No, I'm out of a job right now, dude. Number two does have a job though. That's why number 2 is busy. I do side gigs now. Trusting George though. George has partnership lined up. Obviously, this is pure speculation. We should give him more credit. He would have this one lined up, but I don't think they do have he has this company lined up, but I don't think they actually have a contract yet. It's not gonna come in until early Q4, unless I was wrong. I might be. Then it will probably be like a $2 to $3 million development revenue, but because how Gap works, it's not really real revenue per se. Where am I? However, I do need a little bit of bearish from time to time, just not every video. I don't see any bullish news recently, dude. That's why I'm not really covering any bullish news, or everybody thinks it's bullish, but I see all the bullshit, dude. This might be a half bullish news. Not in the near future, but in 4 or 5 months, okay? After all this acquisition BS valuation passes, people will realize, okay, this company actually will add revenue to Meta's balance sheet. Then they'll be like, okay, so let's do the discounted cash flow, blah, 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 blah. So probably will increase it a little bit. But in order for George to really justify this market cap, where's the market cap? He needs to make way more revenue than what he's making right now. So just saying. However, I do appreciate what you do, because I was one of those people who were thinking about unsubbing. Oh, dude, don't worry. You can unsub. Who cares, dude? Dude, go on your own ways. Go listen to other people's content, bro. It's fine, dude. It's fine. This channel swiftly transitioned from a channel that it's like I'm in between people pleasing to what I really want at this point, because I know I have at least 500 people who just love me for what I do, so I'll just do whatever I want at this point. Yeah, dude, Cassie is so business sexy, dude. See, if you're trying to find a wifey, Cassie is definitely wifey material, dude. But Cassie's married, so. But also, but you have to be critical too. Some of the stuff that Cassie does also is doubtable. Like her workhorse dumped because he needs liquidity earlier in the year. I was critical about that, but back in the day, I don't have a YouTube channel, so. But I do love Kathy. I absolutely love Kathy because I love her. But anyways, I'm a Kathy fanboy since like 2019 or maybe 2018. Either way, I'm still buying $1 call for the start of 2022. Oh my god, $1 call, it's so overpriced, buddy. Guys, I'm not a financial advisor, okay? But as far as this short-term movement right now, $1 call, this is very expensive, guys. It is very expensive right now. Look at this premium. It's very expensive. And if this stock actually dropped to $2, this $1 call will be even more expensive. Actually, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. I take my word back because of Theta Decay. This thing would be cheaper. So right now, if you buy it, it's pretty much a bad deal. Essentially bought for roll-to-roll production capability to get into the market faster rather than dealing with COVID delay for equipment. We will find out if paying 70 million plus unit fee for equipment and time was right move. Yeah, the 70 million is doubtable, dude. Especially the spending circle. So if you let's look at this shit. So their actual free cash flow right now is like around. Let's see. Their actual free cash flow is about 59 million right now. So I'm concerned. If I'm their CFO, I'll be sweating my balls right now. Don't you think they're holding crypto wallets from their customers because they know once they issue them, they will lose a lot of money, but they can't hold these wallets forever, can they? Wait, what are you talking about? Elaborate on their crypto wallet stuff. You mean like Robinhood? No, I am the processor. Yeah, Charles, let's go. That's our dad figure. And also your lunch plan went down too much, this stock, but I added. I didn't stream yet. I added at 1.9. I added here. I added like 1.8 something on the AEI, and I think the price target is around 2.3. So Charles, on our residential daddy figure, because he's way older than I am, he can be my dad now. I think you got in at 2.23, right, with me the other day. Sorry, I haven't been streaming because I've been busy doing credit spreads, and I've been busy trying to adjust my content because I feel like I shouldn't be pleasing people. I will do the calming the math thing with Trey and everybody else, but at the same time, I will be more true to myself because I can't pretend to be someone that I'm not, guys. So yeah, this is what I've been reflecting. Me and number two having like daily meetings about like what are we gonna do with our content and everything. So yeah, so don't worry, Charles. If it's just $50 investment, we will be fine for AEI. Because AEI you only bought a share. I thought you bought $50 worth of it. So for AEI, what happens is, so first of all, Elon's contracts to make the money, and B, their revenue is increased by 50% by the end of the year. That's my projection for solar installation. And I know exactly the reason why they issue more shares, because they need more money to expand their business. And I like what they're doing. And for HMLP, on this one, I contracted because I need liquidity to do an option play on Moderna. As I disclosed to you guys yesterday, I actually exited it. So I have some basis around like $4.87, $4.90. I think we got in at what, 580 something? Wait, tell me how much did we got in so I can give you a sort of like time frame of when this thing is gonna go up. Or you can just average down a little bit, or you can use options to average down just a little bit. If you just buy like 5 shares, buy like 10 shares. I mean, again, we're not financial advisors. We do not get financial advices. But this one, their earnings is in the middle of August, and I think their earnings is gonna be great. And I think they're gonna solve their internal dividend problem around by the end of this quarter. Actually, I will probably do a little bit more, and also a double down on oil position. That's why I liquidated a little bit of this at a loss because I know I will make money on oil, which I'm doing it right now. Oil price. oil price rebounded. You see? And you will see probably another rebound when people realize that lithium future isn't that great per se, because the production cycle actually have a time cap. Anyways, I know so much things about these random stuff, and people are gonna realize that the COVID fear of close down is literally impossible. Not really impossible. Okay, I take that back. The COVID closed out. If California reopens and then closes again, I'm shorting the market to the tits. The probability of they close down, they're literally destroying their own economy right now. If they actually close it down, I don't think so. Oh, nice. I think some of you also got into the MH for this trade. MHLP. You gotta wait for this one. This one is, you gotta wait for this one. This one you gotta wait. This one you gotta wait. This one we gotta wait a little bit, maybe longer. But it's not gonna be longer than Meta, because this one they're gonna have more employees, and this one have like subsidiaries or make significant money. This one is making profit, and it's trading at discount right now for this one. For those of you who got in with me earlier, I think we got in too early, but we were fine. Moderna? Oh, don't worry. Moderna beats their earnings like way less than people expected, but it's still gonna go up when the COVID fear consolidates. You know, today went up like 430. I told you yesterday, 420 is overextension. At this point, 410 is even overextension. You will see a pullback to 400. Or if COVID fears keep hyping up, then it won't really happen. And my prediction is FDA. FDA approval for this is gonna be a hard sell. Okay, if you look at their actual clinical data and they're using real people as data, I don't want to talk about it on YouTube because we're gonna get demonetized. But yeah, if you go check out the data if you're curious. Hood, I've been waiting to move a significant amount of ETC and Dodge away from Hood and move to FTX because I mean interest on my crypto and that I hold on that account. Well, let's look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin is Dogecoin. I'm bearish on Dogecoin, dude. You can ask number 2. I was bearish on Dogecoin when Dogecoin hits like this mark. Like around here. Around 0.4. My price target for Dogecoin is 0.21 when I was here. You can ask number 2. And there's a funny thing. On our first email that we made together for this YouTube channel, the password is actually Dogecoin related. Anyways, and as a crypto nerd for so many years, I'm pretty sure I understand the market. So, but yeah, what we have now. I think that government and society learn a lot from the first COVID wave, that it gets worse. We are more prepared and structured, that it won't affect business as much as it did last time. No, government let me learn, dude. If government learn, they will understand that if you look at data from Singapore, they look at England, data will say otherwise than what they're planning to do. But anyways, I don't want to let's deviate from COVID. I don't want to get demonetized on YouTube. So I'm asking, is there anything I can do besides averaging down a little and then selling my holds on Hood to move to FTX, or just wait until my crypto gets above my buying price? Dude, every crypto trade is a losing trade. Let me show you why. Dogecoin wallet. Okay, this is like a Patreon content preview, I guess. I will show you something sneaky. Where's Elon's wallet? Actually, there's no Elon's wallet. Let's look at... Where did you go, buddy? Where did you go, buddy? Oh, you get out of the first page? Wow. It must be hard to be the market maker, huh? DU. Where did you go, bud? Where did you go? Not here either. Another one. There's no way you liquidated it. There's no way you liquidated it. Come, you're one of the biggest Dogecoin holders. Where did you go? You used to be market maker. I'm not really sure it's YU or DU anymore. I haven't checked this thing for so long. Oh, he left. This guy liquidated Dogecoin. This guy had $500 million worth of Dogecoin. He liquidated it at 0.3. And let me show you something interesting. Just click on any of these Dogecoin wallets, and if you look at all of their selling price at 0.49, if you go back to this day, you can see that they can actually buy Dogecoin under market rate. And even if you use the 30%, sort of like, you know, commission margin rate on FTX or on Binance, they can still buy Dogecoin significantly lower than you can on Binance or on Robinhood, because every coin on Robinhood is actually selling not at market price right now, because they have to hedge for trading. They're hedging for trading to they're hedging for the trading risk. Let's just put it that way. Marvin said, "Is the password Dogecoin going to zero?" Not really, but it's Dogecoin's future basically, and it has a year where Dogecoin is gonna hit certain price target. What are some good Bitcoin mining stocks? Don't want to talk about it. You can make quick profit from it, but if you're long term holding it, you might want to wait until late September to see the market. You say number 2 so much. I ended up watching Austin Powers in International Man of Mystery last night. Who did number 2 work for? Number 2 work for the... Any views on AEI? I mean, I just did, dude. Hey, you missed it. Oh, sucks for you. I'm just kidding. But no, we generally think it's trading at a discount because on the... Charles and I got in. Charles, I love Charles. Eventually, Charles is going to make some dough with me, and Charles is going to love me. I love him too. We're getting, I think, Charles getting 2.22. I getting 2.22. I averaged down at 1.86. Right now, I'm almost at profit. And I think the price target is about 2.3-ish, even higher than that by the end of this year, especially when their revenue projection comes out. You will see. They are going to acquire. The reason why they did an offering is because they need to acquire more customers. And I know that because I look at their financial statement. You say number 2, so yeah, number 2, you will see him. He's just shy of camera. If Mmat needs more money, where do you think they will turn? Issuing more shares? No, if they issue more shares, this thing is gonna go to penny stock. Price too low to do that. Yes, exactly. Price to do that. Do you think George is reckless or has something he think will work to increase the share price? I think he's just clueless of how to quote unquote manipulate share prices on on the market. I'm okay. How are you doing, dude? I don't think he understands how to play around with owner's equity. I'll end the stream in about 10 minutes. Let me answer more questions. MMT holds at 990 shares, average down to 4.46. 4.46. You might wanna, let's look at MMT right now. It's stagnant. You see, it's stagnant. It's trapped. It's trapped in between $3 and $4. And for those of you who are trading spreads, your profit by trading spreads, you need the stock to move between 3.3 to 3.69 and all the way to 3. So then all your credit put spreads and credit call spreads will be profitable. Right now, it's not. So that the hedges are just being sneaky right now. So yeah, I hate it. I'm alright. Missed part of the stream just before you end it. I will rewind it. Yeah, don't worry, dude. Just rewind it and watch it. Starting to get a little scared about market crash while having all my money in the market. Any thoughts on that? I want liquidity, but don't really want to sell at a loss. Yeah, we're like strangled right now. If they close it down again, we're shorting the market to the tits. I don't care about losing. I don't care about selling stuff at a loss. I will short the market to the tits. And I think you don't need to really worry about it unless there's a close down. You don't really need to worry about it at least until September. When was the date? September 24th. No, we're not looking to SPRT, dude. That's a number 2's territory. You might want to go read up on the N miner. You know N miners, N mining machine on mining. You will see the entire. If Bitcoin is not about to reset, there's gonna be some energy challenges. If Hood had a crypto wallet, I wouldn't have to even worry about this, because simply I'm losing money holding my crypto on Hood with no incentives like interest that offers back. Yeah, because Hood, they actually don't hold your crypto. All your crypto will hold by a third-party market maker. If Mmat Materials squeeze, will George issue more shares to pay for Nanotech? We gotta look at their agreement. I don't think he paid. Did he pay cash? Yeah, all cash transaction, bro. Oh, this is fucked, dude. Why, dude? This is George's psychological or logic, not failure, just stubbornness. He's not willing to do share transaction. He can totally do it for $1 per. He can totally do half of shares and half of dollar, because right now Meta worth. So let's do the math here. Meta worth, let's just say $3. He do a $3 offering to Nanotech for 50% of arm's length transaction, and you will see he only need to do 50%. So 50% will be 45 million. So then it will get 15. So he will issue 15 million shares, which is nothing. He will basically give up 50 million share of his, or the entire company's 50 million shares that he didn't issue, but basically is on the market or the company owns to this company. But because he doesn't play with any finances, so if George actually bought back shares at $3 for, like, just say 10 million shares, 30 million, when he does this transaction, he will make about 20 million on this. Let's just do the math here, okay? So 50 million, so basically he issued 50 million shares. So if he bought back 3 million shares earlier this month, then let's see, so another 45 million, you do it for 1.25. Let's just do, you can do it for $1, because he can argue that everything is at a premium. For $1, he only needs to spend 50 million. So his cash burn rate will still be healthy right now if you do it with stock options, but he didn't. He did it with all cash. I don't like it. So there's no way to force Hood. No, because if you have your own crypto wallet, it's gonna be a problem, because Hood wanna limit liability. If you hold crypto wallet on Hood, it's gonna be more liability. And when they transition, it's gonna be hard, because Hood is in a business transition, and Hood have a support line at $60. If Mmat Materials squeezes, it's not gonna be until Torch sell his asset. That's what I mean. He must be expecting to get more cash sooner or later. Sure. What's your MMAT earning projection? They're gonna make less than last year. Okay, so I probably have some time before a crash. Really don't want to sell my MMAT as a loss, so I only sell option in LKCO. This is also a penny stock, isn't it? But the price is so low. Hope it'll pop after the symposium, but not hopeful. Yeah. So if you go look at their financial statement, I don't really want to get too in depth into all of these finances and everything. But yeah, unless they have replacement orders or replacement contracts, their earnings are not looking so great. All right, 9 more minutes. I'm ending the stream. Quick, give questions. If not, I'll just end it right now. Yeah, it's gonna go back to 2.4, like I said. But in terms of long-term projection, ooh, $4 strike and $5 strike. This speculation is funny. $1. Oh, this price is pretty good actually. Can actually do, wait a second, 4 and 5. 4 and 5 by year end. You can actually do a credit spread by this. Yeah, this you can do a credit spread. Yeah, credit spread. Oh, good credit spread right here. Let's just hope the earnings are good, DD. If not, I'm most likely be coming over to the dark side with you. Nah, no need, dude. I'm neutral. I'm not in the dark side yet. But I will make some questionable decisions in the next few months if Georgia... Earnings is Georgia's last chance. So what would you do if you wanted to get your crypto off of Robinhood? Just sell at acceptable loss or wait until you're broke? Until you broke even with your buying price and sell? I don't know. I don't really hold crypto on Robinhood, so I don't really know. But really depending on what's your overview for crypto, if you think crypto is going to increase, you know, to a ridiculous price, it doesn't matter if you hold it right now. But I guess you have to do a calculation of how much interest you're getting from FTX and the time that you think is going to get you to that point. And you have to calculate the loss to your interest ratio. He doesn't want to do share because he's expecting the share to moonstone. No, Eddie. No, Eddie. He doesn't want to do shares. What do you mean do shares? Like repurchasing equity? Or are you talking about issuing stock? Biden meets with big Detroit EV market maker, but Tesla wasn't invited and Elon is pissed. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, thinking about doubling down on... See? You see this? I'm a living profit. How much do you think we will get from Torch selling off everything? That would be a really good question for a video. I'm actually doing a projection right now and I look at their agreement. For those of you who are thinking a $3.2 billion oil worth, you know, in the field buyout, that's literally ridiculous. And number two is like, can you just be patient with everyone and just make an oil industry video? There's no way I can make an 8-minute video explaining how the appraisal of oil land works. Because you have to talk about porosity, water volume, pump volume, how vertical wells are going to be structured. And as a oil production company, you have to hire other people. No, it's okay. The hood questions are okay. You can ask them. I just don't really know. Because you have to do a, you know, pro and con benefit like analysis on it. You see this? You see this? I told you guys, right? Hit 2.4 and it would wiggle. Because everybody is trying to process this information right now. And even if it goes to like 3.35, not really gonna matter. Tomorrow might still be a red day anyways. Because today's volume is interesting. But I can't tell you guys yet until about 12:30 tonight. So now people are like, oh, sure, I will buy into this a little bit, right? Let's look at the chart. Yeah, 2.35. You probably can sell some options. Probably wait until tomorrow to sell some options, no? Let's look at short volume, actually. Yeah. Yeah. It's just... It is just what it is. People are still talking about FTDs. Bro, if you're making videos still talking about FTDs, in the long run, your channel is just gonna disappear. You don't understand how this game was played, literally. And anyways, and as I told you guys, a lot of these AMC YouTubers are slowly fading. I'm telling you guys, my predictions are usually right. Anyways, 3 more minutes. Cassie was a little less sexy when he bought Hood. No, that's a sexy move, dude. Cassie's always sexy. Eddie means that's why he didn't buy Nanotech with shares. Oh, the reason why they didn't buy Nanotech with shares is because they don't have shares. They didn't buy back in shares. So he needs to give up company shares. You get what I mean? That's why it's a dumb decision when he didn't buy back shares. Even at a $4 per share price, he can literally give them and then it will sell as a premium. Basically what he can, when he authorized shares to buy the company, or not authorized shares, when he buy back share even at $4, when he used the share to buy Nanotech, that will send market a good sort of whisper and the share price will skyrocket today. But he didn't do it. Clearly he doesn't understand how the game was structured. Like maybe he knows his share is worth $10 soon. Like why bothering buying Nanotech with shares if that's the case? No, Eddie. No, Eddie. Eddie, don't worry. We will post videos to make you understand what does repurchasing equity works, how does repurchasing equity work, and what does it mean by repurchasing your equity, by holding on to treasury security for your own company. It's not like that. If he knows that it's gonna worth $10, he would even be more inclined to give Nanotech cheap shares. He just doesn't own cheap shares. His employment benefit plan doesn't even have shares. So if you are a VC investor or you're an institutional investor, you're very reluctant in terms of giving this company funding, Mmat, not this company funding, because they don't play with employee options and he pay everything in cash, which is a bad habit. No matter what, oil has been up significantly from a year ago, so they shouldn't be trying their hardest to sell that oil land while the oil market is still up, right? It's a hard sell. It's a very hard sell. If you look at university land appraisal and you look at university lands on, it's a hard sell. It's a very hard sell right now because it's underdeveloped. If it's underdeveloped, then it needs some hard sell. It's a really hard sell right now. You need some coffee, bro? Oh, sorry, I don't really drink coffee. I do tea because I'm bougie. I'm just kidding. Well, Kathy buy MMAT? No, Kathy will probably buy MMAT when it's like $20. It doesn't align with Kathy's agenda. I wish Kathy would buy MMAT. No, Kathy's really smart. Shoot, I want Elon will buy MMAT. Elon wouldn't buy it until he realized that his new LiDAR plan, because Elon's getting rid of LiDAR. He wants to just do like 4 cents fusion, right? But that would be a Patreon video actually. I actually pinpointed Tesla's future. I was saying Tesla can be $700 like 4 months ago. You're right about AMC, YouTube. They're starting to talk about other stocks now. They're slowly trained to remove themselves from AMC. Yeah, exactly, because they realize squeeze is not coming. I predicted it a month ago, 2 months ago, 2 weeks ago. All these videos. Greeks like cash and always have a money clip. Oh, like you mean George? It's bad. Cash transactions are bad. That's why they can, even if they go to $30, you probably just want to do this as a long-term investment if they get to $30 in 6 years, right? Because if they don't change the way how they look at the stock market, if they look at their option pool, they can make way more money. Like if Mmat goes public, I am jumping boats to Mmat. They're making so much money and they understand the market so much. Their sales channel is just fabulous. Samsung acquire MMAT? Why? Why would Samsung acquire MMAT? Why? Why would they do that? It doesn't align with Samsung's newly integrated market strategy. Eddie, be patient, bro. Eddie, you gotta understand life is hard. Eddie, don't be delusional, Eddie. go home, put yourself in a dark room, and yeah, there's no way George will sell. Like, if I were George, someone offer him $2 billion, I would sell but get a loyalty of 5%. If I were George. But I'm not George. Or I will split the company in 3 parts. But I'm not George. Alright guys, this is it for the stream. I will end it right now. And hopefully you guys have a good day. Hopefully we see some green tomorrow. Yeah, green tomorrow. And I'll see you guys on the upside, boys.